third speaker, Denise, is humble narcissist, your project speaker to inform.
4 to 6.
4 to 6 minutes. Mr.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Okay. Does anyone in this room know a narcissist? Somebody who is totally into themselves, think they're all that in a side of fries, and you just want to smack them with something really hard. But I came across an article and I thought it was interesting because I've known a lot of narcissists in my life, but I've never heard this term before. It's called a humble narcissist, which means you can be confident in yourself and, think you're a side of fries, but a humble narcissist is somebody who can say, I'm good at this and I know it, but can take people's suggestions. Now, as for me, I've been a little bit of both. Because when I was younger, I was the shyest person in the room. Not that anybody would know that here, but I really had a hard time. I had a little bit of a speech problem when I was younger. So pronouncing certain words for me was not easy. In elementary school, people would encourage me to talk more, encourage me to be a little more forthright. And I'm like, no, let that person do it. Then I got into junior high. I was a little better. I would talk to my group of friends, but not to really anybody. But then when I got to high school, when I transferred to my public school, I kind of became a narcissist because I was getting good grades in my public school, finally in classes that I never got before. And I was just doing so well. I had a boyfriend. I was really cool. And then when I got to college and I got called narcissistic one day, and I'm like, they said, oh, you're so narcissistic, you think you're so good at anything. But I thought I was good at stuff. Like, I got my diploma and I went to go get a job at a job agency, and they told me, stop waving your diploma around like it's an American flag. So I was like, okay. I've gotten sick over this diploma, blood, sweat, and tears. I deserve to be a little, narcissistic. But then I realized when I read this article, you know what? Being a humble narcissist isn't a bad thing. Because when you go for a job, they want to see that. Because they want to know that you can do the job in the midst of a crisis. They want to know that you're confident, but you can lead others as well. Like, there's a sample question that was in the article that said, how would you answer that, what's your worst quality? And the proper answer that bosses like to hear is that I care too much and that I help too much. Which means that you're willing to listen, but you're also willing to admit that it can be a fault. The thing you don't want to say when you're in an interview is that, I need this job because I live with my parents and I have no money. But that was one of the things that they did. But they said a large majority of jobs want to see that you can be confident. But they don't want to see somebody that's going to just take over.
Green.
And in my life, I've noticed that, I'm a little bit of both, and I used to be like, people call me a narcissist, I'd be like, Mommy, am I really? Oh my God, am I that terrible a person? And she's like, you could work on that. But by reading this article, I realized that everybody has a little bit of humble narcissism in them, and it's good to have. But you just have to know which is which and how to balance it out. Thank you, and have a pleasant evening.